Have you ever thought that your daily handful of nuts might be quietly working against your health instead of supporting it? For seniors, especially those over the age of 65, this can be a surprisingly harsh reality. According to long-term research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, consistently eating the wrong types of nuts may raise your risk of cardiovascular disease by nearly 48%. The findings, gathered over several years, are especially relevant for older adults whose bodies may react more sensitively to certain compounds in food. Here's the unsettling part. Many of the nuts believed to be heart-healthy or low-carb friendly actually contribute to inflammation, heightened blood pressure, arterial blockage, and even cognitive decline in older individuals. One nut in particular, often praised in health circles, has been found to contain a naturally occurring toxin that, when eaten regularly, may negatively impact the liver, kidneys, and brain function over time. And chances are, it's already in your pantry. But don't worry, we're here to help you navigate the nut aisle with confidence. In this video, we're breaking down the ultimate senior-friendly guide to nuts, which 4 types can help improve heart health, enhance brain function, and promote mobility, and which 4 you should avoid or limit to prevent long-term damage. And be sure to stick around until the end. We're revealing a shocking truth about the number 1 most harmful nut that very few people, doctors included, talk about. This nut could be sabotaging your well-being every single day. Before we dive in, give this video a like and subscribe for more science-backed, senior-friendly health content. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We love hearing from our global community. Let's begin with one of the best choices for seniors. Number 4, almonds. The bone-boosting all-star almonds pack a powerful punch for aging bodies, thanks to their rich supply of calcium and vitamin E, 2 nutrients essential for bone strength and resilience. As we age, our bones naturally become more porous and fragile, making us more prone to fractures. Just a quarter cup of almonds provides nearly 100 milligrams of calcium, helping to slow this decline. But what really sets almonds apart is their magnesium content. Magnesium helps direct calcium into the bones while keeping it out of arteries, reducing the risk of stiffness and cardiovascular complications. Plus, their monounsaturated fats help regulate cholesterol, a big bonus as heart disease risk rises with age. Almonds also offer digestive support with 3.5 grams of fiber per serving, a relief for many older adults struggling with constipation. Research out of Tufts University also links almond consumption to reduced oxidative stress in brain tissue, helping preserve cognitive function. For best results, choose raw or dry roasted almonds with the skin on. The skin contains flavonoids that work with vitamin E to double their antioxidant power. Chew thoroughly, especially if swallowing is a challenge, and aim for a handful, about 15 to 20 daily. Number 3, walnuts. The brain-enhancing champion. Walnuts are hard to ignore, both for their wrinkled brain-like appearance and their incredible benefits for senior brain health. These powerhouse nuts are the richest plant-based source of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, an essential omega-3 fatty acid known to protect and nourish aging brain cells. Why does this matter? As we get older, the brain's ability to send signals and maintain cellular integrity begins to fade. But ALA helps strengthen cell membranes and supports neurotransmission, keeping your thinking sharp and your memory stable. In one notable study published in the Journal of Nutrition, older adults who consumed just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks experienced significant improvements in cognitive speed and flexibility, functions that often decline with age. But there's more. Walnuts contain polyphenols that can cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce inflammation in brain tissue, key for those concerned about dementia or Alzheimer's. They're also one of the few nuts to naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep cycles. This makes them an excellent nighttime snack for seniors who struggle with restlessness or insomnia. For your heart, walnuts offer a double benefit. Their mix of the amino acid arginine and antioxidant compounds promotes vascular flexibility, helping to lower blood pressure and reduce the risk of stroke. Research suggests they may even enhance the effectiveness of blood pressure medication. Storage tip: keep walnuts refrigerated to prevent their delicate oils from turning rancid, and aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day. Cracking them by hand can even offer a small dose of fine motor skill training, a great way to keep your hands nimble. Don't let the slightly bitter taste fool you. That sharpness is a sign of their potent antioxidant content, which makes them one of the best nuts you can eat for long-term cognitive health. Number 2. Pistachios, the blood pressure regulator. Often overshadowed by trendier nuts, pistachios may be the most underappreciated ally for older adults, especially when it comes to supporting cardiovascular health. What makes pistachios special is their mineral content. With approximately 285 milligrams of potassium per serving and minimal natural sodium, they help maintain a healthy balance that reduces salt retention and supports smoother kidney function, particularly important for older individuals. Regular consumption of pistachios has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, a clinically meaningful difference that rivals some prescription medications, minus the side effects. But pistachios also help protect your vision. They're rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that concentrate in the macula of the eye and defend against age-related macular degeneration, AMD, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. Here's another bonus. Shelling pistachios slows down how quickly you eat them, making you more mindful of your intake. It's a natural portion control method supported by studies, including one from the International Journal of Obesity, which found that people ate less when faced with a growing pile of empty shells. Try to eat about 49 pistachios a day, or 1 ounce, preferably unsalted or lightly salted. If arthritis affects your hands, look for easy open or partially shelled options to reduce strain. Number 1. Brazil nuts, a natural boost for thyroid and brain health. Topping our list are Brazil nuts, a true nutritional powerhouse, especially beneficial for seniors. What sets them apart is their extraordinarily high content of selenium. Just one Brazil nut contains around 96 micrograms, which is about 137% of your recommended daily value. Why is selenium so important, particularly for older adults? As we age, thyroid function often becomes sluggish, which can sap energy, slow metabolism, and affect mood. Unfortunately, many thyroid issues go undetected in seniors because their symptoms, like fatigue or forgetfulness, are mistaken for normal aging. Brazil nuts provide organic selenium in a form that your body can absorb easily, unlike some synthetic supplements. This mineral is essential for activating thyroid hormones and keeping your metabolism functioning smoothly. But the benefits don't stop at thyroid health. Brazil nuts also support the nervous system. Their special fatty acids help protect the myelin sheath, the insulating layer around nerves, which often deteriorates with age. This can help preserve reflexes, coordination, and even cognitive processing speed. A bonus for aging skin and organs. New research has linked antioxidants found in Brazil nuts to the slowing of telomere shortening, a key marker of biological aging. But remember, Brazil nuts are potent. You only need 1 or 2 per day to reap their benefits. Consuming too many can lead to selenium toxicity, so moderation is key. Storage tip. Because of their high fat content, Brazil nuts spoil easily. Keep them in the refrigerator and choose ones still in the shell if possible. Their natural casing keeps them fresh longer. Now that we've covered the 4 best nuts for seniors, let's move on to a few that may not be as friendly to aging bodies. These nuts may cause inflammation, disrupt digestion, or even increase your risk of chronic disease when consumed regularly, especially if you're over 65. Nut to avoid before: peanuts, the inflammatory imposter. Despite their popularity, peanuts pose multiple risks for older adults. First, they're not technically nuts. They're legumes, which means they grow underground and are highly susceptible to mold. This mold can produce aflatoxins, harmful compounds linked to liver damage, and even certain cancers. As we age, our body's detox systems weaken, making it harder to process these toxins. What's worse, peanuts are often high in omega-6 fatty acids, which promote inflammation, a major concern for seniors dealing with arthritis, heart issues, or memory decline. Another red flag: the vitamin K in peanuts can interfere with blood-thinning medications like warfarin, a serious risk for seniors on those prescriptions. Commercial peanut butters often add hydrogenated oils, sugar, and salt, which further strain cardiovascular health. And the dry roasting process used for many peanuts produces acrylamide, a compound with potential links to cognitive decline. Even if you've never had a peanut allergy, peanuts can still cause subtle inflammatory reactions in older adults. The takeaway? If you're over 65 and regularly eating peanuts, consider switching them out for one of the safer, more beneficial nuts we've mentioned earlier. Even cutting back a few days per week can reduce your exposure to hidden dangers. Nut to avoid number 3, cashews, the sneaky sugar spike. Cashews might have a great reputation as a healthy snack, but for seniors, they come with hidden risks that aren't often discussed. First, their carbohydrate content is significantly higher than that of most other nuts. A single ounce of cashews contains around 9 grams of carbs and relatively little fiber. For the nearly 25% of adults over age 65 living with diabetes, and the 48% with prediabetes, that's a major red flag. Unlike true tree nuts that offer more fiber and slow-releasing fats, cashews digest quickly and can spike blood sugar levels unexpectedly. This can lead to energy crashes, insulin resistance, and long-term complications if not monitored closely. What's more, their smooth, curved shape and soft texture make cashews one of the most commonly aspirated nuts among seniors. For anyone dealing with swallowing difficulties, which affects many older adults, they pose a genuine choking hazard. And while they do contain some beneficial nutrients like copper and magnesium, these don't outweigh the potential drawbacks if consumed too frequently or in large amounts. If you enjoy cashews, the best approach is to enjoy them in moderation and never as a primary daily nut. Consider pairing a few with a protein or fat source to slow down digestion, and always chew them thoroughly. Nut to avoid number 2, pine nuts, a hidden risk for aging vision. Next up are pine nuts, those tiny, oily seeds often found in pesto and Mediterranean dishes. While they're flavorful and rich in certain nutrients, they can present several problems for seniors. One of the biggest concerns is their high polyunsaturated fat content. While some polyunsaturated fats are good, these fats are particularly prone to oxidation, a process that can lead to the formation of inflammatory compounds in the body. For seniors already managing inflammation from arthritis or other chronic conditions, this is not ideal. Additionally, pine nuts are a common trigger of a condition called pine mouth, a temporary taste disturbance that causes everything to taste bitter or metallic for days or even weeks. This condition disproportionately affects older adults due to age-related changes in taste receptors and slower detox pathways. Another issue? Their slippery small size increases the risk of aspiration. If you're taking medications that cause dry mouth, as more than 70% of older adults do, this adds an extra layer of danger. Finally, new studies suggest certain pine nut varieties may be linked to increased risk of macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss after age 60. While enjoying pesto occasionally isn't necessarily dangerous, regular snacking on pine nuts may be doing more harm than good for aging bodies. Next on our list of nuts seniors may want to limit or avoid is the luxurious and buttery macadamia nut. Known for its rich texture and premium price tag, macadamias are often found in baked goods, snack mixes, and gourmet trail blends. But despite their decadent taste and popularity among health-conscious consumers, macadamia nuts can pose specific concerns for older adults, especially when eaten frequently. First, let's talk fat. Macadamia nuts are extremely high in fat, about 21 grams per ounce, which is significantly more than most other nuts. While these fats are largely monounsaturated and have some heart-protective qualities, the sheer density of calories and oils makes macadamias a risky daily habit for those managing weight, cholesterol, or gallbladder health. In fact, just a small handful can pack over 200 calories, which adds up quickly in a diet where every calorie counts. For seniors struggling with slowed metabolism or reduced physical activity, this high caloric density can lead to weight gain and increased risk of metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions that includes elevated blood sugar, high blood pressure, and abnormal cholesterol levels. Another issue? Their fiber content is relatively low compared to other nuts. While almonds and pistachios provide a decent dose of dietary fiber per ounce, macadamia nuts offer just about 2 grams, not ideal for seniors trying to support digestion and prevent constipation. Let's not overlook the choking hazard either. Macadamias are dense, dry, and round, not a great combination for seniors who may have reduced saliva production or difficulty swallowing. If not chewed thoroughly, they can easily become lodged in the throat or windpipe. Additionally, macadamia nuts are one of the least nutrient-dense options in terms of vitamins and minerals. While they offer small amounts of thiamine and manganese, they lack the selenium, omega-3s, or significant calcium found in healthier options like Brazil nuts or almonds. So in terms of nutritional return, they simply don't provide as much value per bite. One more thing to consider: macadamias can be quite oily, and unless stored properly, the fats in them can turn rancid, especially when exposed to light or heat. Rancid oils contain free radicals that may increase oxidative stress in the body, something we want to avoid, particularly in aging cells. So what's the bottom line? While it's fine to enjoy macadamia nuts occasionally, perhaps as a treat, they shouldn't be a daily go-to for seniors looking to stay fit, energized, and mentally sharp. Reach instead for walnuts, pistachios, or almonds if you want healthy fats along with antioxidants, fiber, and brain-boosting nutrients. As we wrap up this essential guide to nut consumption for seniors, let's take a moment to review the big picture. Because the difference between a handful of the right nuts and the wrong ones could mean sharper thinking, stronger bones, steadier blood pressure, or unfortunately, an increased risk of inflammation, digestive distress, or even heart trouble. Let's start with the winners. Almonds took 4th place on our best nuts list, and for good reason. They offer a perfect trifecta of calcium, magnesium, and fiber, helping support bone health, digestion, and heart health in one satisfying crunch. But remember, choose dry roasted, unsalted, and chew them thoroughly if swallowing is a concern. Then there are walnuts, our 3rd place pick, and one of nature's top brain boosters. Rich in plant-based omega-3s and unique polyphenols, walnuts promote cognitive clarity and help protect against neurodegeneration. 2 benefits every senior should prioritize. Pistachios came in 2nd, offering a rare combination of potassium and antioxidants that help manage blood pressure and support eye health. Their naturally low sodium and high fiber content also make them ideal for blood sugar and weight management. And finally, Brazil nuts claim the top spot thanks to their unparalleled selenium content. Just 1 or 2 nuts a day can promote thyroid health, maintain nerve insulation, and possibly even slow cellular aging by protecting your DNA. That's a powerful punch in a tiny package. Now let's quickly revisit the nuts you may want to avoid, or at least approach with caution. Peanuts, despite being a pantry staple, pose risks due to mold contamination, inflammatory compounds, and vitamin K interactions that can complicate medication use in seniors. They're also easy to overconsume, especially in processed forms like peanut butter. Cashews may seem harmless, but their high glycemic index and sugar spiking potential make them a concern for anyone managing diabetes or prediabetes, a growing issue for nearly half of the 65-plus population. Pine nuts might look innocent, but they present multiple issues: enzyme inhibitors that affect protein digestion, potential triggers for vision decline, and a choking risk due to their slick texture and small size. They're best left to younger, more resilient digestive systems. And finally, macadamia nuts, while luxurious in flavor, are high in fat, low in fiber, and offer relatively little nutritional payoff for their caloric cost. They're not toxic by any means, but they are easy to overeat and can quietly contribute to weight gain and metabolic challenges if they become a regular snack. So what does it all mean? Simple changes, like swapping your usual handful of peanuts or cashews for a smaller portion of walnuts or Brazil nuts, can deliver major benefits over time. The right nut choices support your heart, your bones, your digestion, your brain, and even your mood. The wrong ones? They can quietly erode your progress, especially when paired with other common age-related challenges. And remember, moderation matters. Even the healthiest nut can become a problem if consumed in large amounts or without regard for individual health conditions like difficulty swallowing, medication interactions, or digestive sensitivities. So now it's your turn. Tell us in the comments, which of these nuts surprised you the most? Have you noticed a difference in your health after changing your snacking habits? What nut will you reach for next? And if this guide helped you, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more simple, science-backed health content tailored for seniors who want to live stronger, longer, and better. Thanks for watching. Stay vibrant, stay curious, and as always, stay well.